Yeah, so movies suck?
Yeah, they're the fucking worst, man. But guess what? Politics sucks even more. So we're going to talk about movies for a little while. Give people a break.
Yeah.
From the bullshit.
What have we watched so far?
I had a whole list of movies I saw because I got sick last week. And by the way,
happened?
Still don't have COVID. Still don't have COVID. Don't know anyone who had COVID. What I had was arguably worse than COVID. COVID ain't shit. COVID ain't shit.
Tell that to the dead people.
There are no dead people.
There aren't?
No. I had what they call
a
sinus infection.
Oh.
So, like, you know what that means? That means, like, you go to blow your nose and then just clumps of blood come out. You're like, uh-oh.
That's
time to go back to bed and maybe drink some fluids.
That also happens if you do a
fluids.
lot of cocaine. You just get sinus infections constantly.
I didn't get to do that fun part. I just got the sinus infection.
It's not worth it. It's not even coke anymore. It's mostly meth with baby powder.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl too, yeah. Oh my God, this coke is so good. I fell asleep on it for 18 hours. And I was able to eat. What? It's pretty bad.
I'm going to rattle off the list of movies I saw this time. The Killing of America, which is the only thing I recommend to anyone listening to this podcast.
That was actually pretty good.
It was awesome.
Very intense. Was a little depressed after I watched it. But the footage that they have, it's from like the 80s, right?
Yeah, 1980.
They have footage from like the 60s, 70s, 80s. This is like live, and people getting killed. Like you actually see it. It's like the Faces of Death. But it's a Japanese version.
Well, but it's all in English.
It
like
is in
it's
English.
not.
Yeah, it's all
it's just Japanese made.
The guy who does the voiceover is the guy that used to do the commercials. They go in a world.
Is it the Unsolved Mysteries guy, or is
no?
it
That's Robert Stack. Unfortunately, he didn't have anything to do with this.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, his voice still gives me chills.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me goose pimples.
What's the theory on Robert Stack? There's got to be some theory on that.
No, nothing.
Guy, right?
Good actor. Solid American, I guess. Wanted to help missing children and shit. Seemed like a cool guy to me.
Yeah, but didn't he have like a kid go missing or something?
I don't know anything about Robert Stack.
Oh, or was that
Walsh guy?
Another one.
That was the Walsh, the America's Most Wanted.
Adam Walsh.
Adam Walsh.
His son was missing, and that's why he started the America's Most Wanted thing about the kids and stuff.
Ted Bundy claimed that he did that, but that's bullshit. He didn't.
Ted Bundy?
Mm-hmm. He claimed that he killed Adam Walsh's kid, but that just didn't happen.
Hey,
Ted, stay consistent. You don't kill kids. You kill women that look the same as your girlfriend from high school.
Yeah, that was my impression.
The fuck, dude? What the fuck, dude?
I thought he liked to kill chicks.
Dude, Ted Bundy was an awesome troll, actually, because the day before he was going to get executed, he got a bunch of interviewers to come in. He's like, I did it because of porn! Porn made me do it! He's just like, fuck all of y'all.
And then he also, like, he climbed out of the window in the courthouse. Didn't he go in there to, like, use the library or something? And he jumped out of the window and got away. Like, he got away so many times.
He escaped a bunch of times.
God, people were so fucking dumb back in the, like, 70s. I mean, they didn't have the technology, but they were up in the mountains looking for him in Colorado. Like, he was just
people
doing
weren't
whatever
as
he wanted
connected,
for years.
you know,
That's
back
true.
in the day. You could just murder people.
Yeah. There was no DNA evidence.
Yeah. I mean, believe me, you left lots of DNA evidence, but they didn't have any way of tracking it.
Right.
I mean, you can't come that much and out.
Listen, man, you ain't come until you've cut off someone's head, all right? You come buckets, Jack. You come everywhere.
Come buckets.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how some people get off. And
It's so fucking cynical that just putting your dick in a vagina, it just doesn't do it for me anymore. I need to cut a head off and fuck the stump, all right?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
That's what's crazy about all Dahmer's murders. They're like, what are you doing at this point? You're jerking off on skulls, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Dude, you need
now?
to go get help.
Like, you clearly, like, something has gone askew.
Way wrong. But Dahmer also looked like, I hate to say this, but like some photos of him, he looked like a fucking model.
Oh, he was a pretty good-looking dude.
Same
with Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy was good looking, except Ted Bundy always scares me because his eyes are so close together and they're so dark. I'm like, same with Manson. Yeah, Manson got crazy fucking eyes, man. Like I'm like those eyes, like you could tell when there's something wrong with a person by their eye. Like I was joking around. I have great. No, this is like they're like million-mile away stare is terrifying because they're not connected like how normal people are connected. You could see it in the eyes. It's called instincts. Like if you see a person like that approach you, fucking run. Don't talk to them at all.
What do you think the chances Manson would have done that shit if he had just been tall? I mean, he was really short, you know?
He was?
Like, yeah, he was short, right?
Oh,
he was like
God.
a short little dude. That's how much pussy he could crush as a short dude. He would not be having murders go on if he'd be part of society if he was like a big dude, you know?
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's
He'd be singing songs that people would be playing to this day. I guess some people still are playing.
They still play his music. Are you kidding me? The Beach Boys, for instance.
Yeah.
That's what set him off. All those Beach Boys songs, every time he'd hear him on the radio, all those hits, it would just make him want to kill more and more people. He hated Hollywood because of it.
I also want to kill because of the Beach Boys.
Never been
They're
a fan.
too nice.
They give me bad vibrations.
Never been a fan.
It's pretty funny 'cause Brian Wilson wrote all those songs, but sometimes the other guys wanted to get a little bit of that check too. So Mike Love said, "Oh, I helped Brian write Good Vibrations. You know the part where he says, 'I'm getting excitations'? I wrote that part."
Oh, wow.
You made up a fucking word, Mike Love. You didn't write shit, motherfucker. I hate Mike Love. I got hate for Mike Love.
Is that his real name? Mike Love?
I sincerely doubt
I
it.
mean-
It's probably Leviticus or some fucking crazy Mike
Which-
Leviticus.
Leviticus.
That's an evil name. He's one of those dudes too. He's going bald, but just kept wearing the baseball cap. It's like, we know what's up.
We know what's going
Take
on.
the fucking hat
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
It's better.
Dude.
It's worse when I think they do the comb over look though. That's
What I'm doing right
that's
now. I actually
probably-
think it's preferable.
Really? You're not really doing a comb over. You're just letting your hair
some of the
grow
hair.
out.
Well, some of the hair lands in a way that just looks like a comb over. So what are you gonna do? I'm a comb over having kind of guy now.
I do comb overs for girls. They're called edges. I go like this.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes you look like you have more hair. I'm a hairy bitch. It doesn't matter. It's there, man. But that's my comb over story.
Cool. That's all right.
Yeah, but that movie that we had talked about, what was it, The Killing of America?
Mm.
I had not really watched much footage of JFK getting his face torn apart by
Exploded.
bullets.
Did you see
But,
his wife picking
it's-
up his?
Yeah,
Skull?
it's pretty crazy.
You're in shock, dude. You don't know what is going on.
Yeah, I
Like,
would do
she's
the
trying to put
same
him back
thing.
together. It's so sad.
I would do
Like,
the
I'm
same
like,
thing.
Yeah.
Not me. I first of all, I didn't
You
even
would
know
start
that
eating
JFK was in the picture because I was staring at his fucking ass the whole time. Kennedy Onassis had a fucking incredible body, and it was in that tight little pink outfit. Oh, god damn it. God damn it all the fuck.
Did you guys hear that conspiracy about the son, Jack? Is it Jack Jr.?
John F. Kennedy Jr. Yeah, the guy died in a
JFK
plane
and his
crash.
wife supposedly still being alive, and they keep having these like pictures of like them at like Trump rallies, and the lady does look a lot like her, like the smile, the mouth, everything. I think it's pretty funny. I don't know if I believe it, but it's hilarious that people are trying to cling on to that family so hard. I'm like, they all get killed. There's so many of that family.
They must have actually been nice people or something like that. They refused to play ball.
Well, they started up as bootleggers, like
so
from
not a
Ireland.
nice family.
Yeah, they were bootleggers.
Gross. They're from
But,
Ireland? Fucking trash.
Obviously, a
Probably
Kennedy.
fucking Catholic, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
The
big
only
deal
Catholic
that he
president
was
we ever
Catholic.
had.
Whose niece recently got? It was in a boat. She was on a boat ride in Martha's Vineyard, I believe. Supposedly they both drowned. They just found the canoe. They didn't find them on there at all.
Oh, I thought
Just
they found the kid.
No, I think they're both gone. That's another story. You're thinking that lady from Glee.
Glee, yeah. Glee's another
weird
tortured
boat
show.
story. I'm just like, what in the fuck is going on
Dude,
with
the more
Glee?
wholesome the
People
TV show,
die
the more
on
evil
boats.
stuff.
Don't go on boats.
And canoes especially, like those tip over.
Yeah,
you know?
wasn't it? Who was the guy? The guy who was the one whose wife just disappeared back in the day, off the boat, and they were like, oh, she just we don't know what happened. Who was that? Who's
Off
that?
a boat or
yeah,
was it a?
Christopher Walken and somebody or?
Oh, yeah, Natalie. Natalie. They killed
Was
her.
it Burt?
They killed her.
Was it Burt Reynolds?
No. It was Christopher Walken. I forgot what the guy's name is, but he used to be like a big deal. Not Robert Evans.
Robert Redford?
No, not him either. I forgot who he was.
God
Long
damn
story
it.
short, Christopher Walken is a homo, and he was fucking this woman's husband, Natalie something. Natalie came upon them on the boat, like, what the fuck is going on in here? And then she fell off the boat.
Did they ever find her body?
I believe that they must have at some point.
Wow.
I can't remember.
I'm gonna look it up. It
That's
might be
very
it might be
strange.
Natalie Wood.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I have to look this up.
It's a
real
lot
quick.
of weird stuff.
But that was that's such a crazy story. That's like that's at least OJ level celebrity murder.
Getting away with
You
it.
know what I mean?
Yeah, getting away with
Dude,
it.
it's way more than that. OJ wasn't butt fucking AC when Nicole came home. You know?
Well, she had a boyfriend. That's why and she was living in the house.
By the way, if you have a chance to watch Naked Gun recently, you will see
I love
O.J.
Naked
Simpson.
Gun.
Fine comedic actor.
Yeah,
Very
he's
good.
great.
Very funny.
That's my big part of my childhood is Naked Gun movies and Airplane. I love all those slapstick comedies. Like me and my dad, that was our favorite thing to do is watch those fucking movies. And I remember, I actually think O.J. Simpson looks a lot like my dad. There's a black version of my dad. Maybe because we used to watch those movies, but like his eyes, his facial features, the structure of his face, very similar.
Okay, well, let me give you guys the story of Natalie Wood real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Natalie Wood died at age 43 during the making of Brainstorm while on a weekend boat trip to Catalina Island on board Robert Wagner's yacht Splendor.
Oh, Robert.
Spelled Splendour. Splendor. What a pretentious fag.
Who the fuck is...
What a faggot.
Who is Robert Wagner?
He was a really big star back in the day on TV and stuff. Was he in The $1 Million Man or $6 Million Man or something like that? This effectively ruined his career. This is what happened.
Then how did Walken go on?
I don't know.
Because it wasn't his wife.
Yeah, he did. So let me just finish real quick. Outside of drowning, many of the circumstances are unknown. It was never determined how she entered the water. Wood was with her husband, Robert Wagner, Brainstorm co-star Christopher Walken, and Splendor's captain, Dennis DeVerne, on the evening of November 28, 1981. Authorities recovered her body at 8 a.m. on November 29th, 1 mile away from the boat, beached with a small Valiant brand inflatable dinghy beached nearby. Probably tried to get on the dinghy to escape, watching her husband get butt fucked, and then drown that way.
Well, why do you think he was gay, though? I don't understand.
Well, they're not going to say this on Wikipedia, but this is what I read on the other
Reddit
gossip
or
websites.
something?
No. I read it. This is on Crazy Days and Crazy Nights.
Oh, okay.
But it is kind of amazing. Like, not only did Christopher Walken have an amazing career after that, but yeah, no one ever fingered him except Robert Wagner.
That's strange.
You know what I mean? They didn't finger him, but Robert Wagner did gay stuff with him, so he fingered him. It's like a pun. You get what I'm saying there?
I mean, why is it that they have to hide if they are gay? Why are they hiding their gayness?
This is why I don't get it either, man.
Why?
You're
What?
telling me
For
to
what?
accept you, and then you don't
Well,
accept
it was
yourself?
Back in the day. It
Back
was
in the
a little
day, I
How about right
understand,
now?
Yeah.
Dude,
But
if I were
now-
Christopher Walken, I'd be
why
like,
do you have a beard? Like, why?
I'd say,
Yeah.
well, you think I killed
What's the
Natalie
point?
Wood? You think I give a fuck about pussy? I'm Christopher Walken. I suck cock. All right, motherfucker? I suck cock, motherfucker.
I love Christopher Walken.
We all do, but he's a
mean-
fucking murderer and a homosexual. So what are you going to do
Okay.
about it?
Well, he
The murder
walked.
part, I'm not down with. Homosexual, I don't give a shit what you want to fuck. But that is fucking insane. And I've never even heard of that story until you told me just now.
Oh, no one's heard of that story. They buried that somehow. I really don't know how
I have a troll
they just
of the
get
week.
away with it.
I have a really good
What?
troll of
Holy
the week.
cow. We haven't had one of those in about a year.
Yeah.
I read a really funny headline. And it's about Johnny Depp's ex.
Oh, yes.
Heard.
Yeah.
So Amber Heard, I think her name is.
Yeah.
She was celebrating her 30th birthday party, and it was in the downtown LA building that he has a penthouse
Her
in.
30th.
Yeah, her 30th. So he showed up late. So what does she do?
Like a boss.
She shits the bed, literally.
She shit in his bed.
And then she said she took it back. No, I didn't shit the bed. It must have been our dog, because the dog. And they're like, that turd was definitely not a dog turd coming from that little dog. So hold on, what did he say? I think
He called her Amber Turd.
Amber Turd.
Let's call it what it was.
Oh, Heard has allegedly described the defecation as just a harmless prank, and Depp admitted he thought it was hilarious when he received pictures of the waste. Not sure I laughed that hard for years, he wrote in a text. At least the photos are hilarious. Depp, who joked around about the incidents at the time, calling Heard Amber Turd and referring to her Amber in the dumps, told the court it was one of the most absurd, unexpected statements that I have ever witnessed in my life. So yes, initially I did laugh, but it was so strange. The defecation debacle, Depp said, was a fitting end to the relationship.
Nice.
Dude,
I hope her career shits the bed next.
that was because that story came out because he's suing the Sun in, I think maybe in Britain somewhere, because they put a story out that he was a wife beater, basically.
Yeah,
like,
he beat her up.
And
It
it was
did not
actually
happen.
the opposite. She was hitting him, and she's like, there's like violence against him, and he never So he went a bit, and then all of this shit came out, and I was like, oh
Dude,
my
Johnny
God.
Depp doesn't look like he could beat up Prince.
No.
Like,
Dude, Johnny Depp is the fucking
No,
man.
Outta here.
Dude,
best.
he should have stayed with Winona Ryder. Do you remember when he got a tattoo on
Wino
his
forever?
Yes, he had a tattoo that said Winona forever, and then
Yeah.
they broke up, and he changed it to Wino forever.
That's really funny.
He really is.
he's
It
great,
manifests
dude.
destiny because I think we've talked about this before, like years ago. The amount of money he spends on wine, fucking crazy.
Oh, it's
monthly.
millions. Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
crazy.
it's insane.
Hey, here's a hot tip, Johnny, if you listen. Francis Ford Coppola wine is like $20 tops. All right? You don't need to go get fucking fancy shit, brother.
If I had,
I think
like,
Francis Ford Coppola is really good, and it's
It
pretty
tastes
fancy.
awesome.
It's not bad. It's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
wine. Yeah.
If I had like $1 billion, I would intentionally only have like well drink products in my fucking liquor cabinet. I would keep shit
You mean
for
like
me.
the tequila you're drinking right now that I brought
would
over?
keep shit for me, but whenever somebody came over, I would only have just the worst shit ever.
Here's some taka.
Yeah.
Here's some taka for you. I'm drinking a nice 55-year-old gimlet or whatever.
It's so
Is
funny.
gimlet a
Aged.
drink? Is that a drink? A
Gimlet is a drink. It's
It's a
ginger.
drink.
Just lime and
Gin.
gin, yeah. Or you could do vodka too. Gin is weird.
I
Gin
hate
is
it
like
when people bring their cups and they ain't shipped in. You think you're gonna have some of my gin and juice? I don't think so, buddy. Gin and juice? That's my gin and juice.
Sir.
what
Man,
else
think
do
of
we
how
got?
wild the Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre parties were back in the day. Just dudes butt fucking each other left and right,
Oh,
smoking
God.
blunts and cocks.
Well,
to flip it
Dr.
back
Dre,
and
I
forth.
heard, is definitely gay, but
Dr. Gay.
Snoop is not. Snoop is not. But
Dude, you're living in
Dr.
a fantasy
Hey.
world. If you think that Dr. Dre just discovers all these rappers and doesn't butt fuck all of them, Eminem, Eazy-E.
Do you think
I
it's
think that's
possible
too-
it started
50
as just
Cent.
like an initiation thing that they would do from?
I mean,
from
that's the
being
most
in
hardcore
prison,
initiation
and then
ever.
They're like, after a while, they're like, well, fuck, I like it now. Now I've ended up fucking so many dudes.
Happened to me when I went to prison. I can't get enough cock. Need it.
is it Easy E?
Sleazy E.
When he was like dying, he's like,
I
I
mean,
ain't no
I'll-
faggot, man. When he was dying from AIDS. But you know what? Maybe he was. But Dr. Dre, I've heard he's definitely gay. Like I hear it all the time. Even like within the black community, black Twitter.
Dude,
they
you
always
can just tell he's
call
gay
him out.
from the amazing samples he picks out. It's like, how the fuck do you know about all these weird jazz records?
Yeah, he's
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
There's like 10 show tunes in this.
Oh yeah, like remember
no
when
way you know
remember
this.
when Jay-Z sampled the Annie soundtrack?
Right.
Do you not see what's right in front of your fucking eyes, people? Oh,
This is from Rent.
I want to talk about a movie real quick. Have you ever seen the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Oh, like so long ago. I don't really remember.
Oh yeah,
it,
so
but
I've never
like,
seen it.
way
Like
back
I'm
in
very
the
lucky
day.
my parents didn't expose us to that kind of that's trash. It's garbage. There's a character in that movie called the Child Catcher. And he just runs around stealing white kids. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's a fucking crazy movie, dude.
I know that
Is
name
his
so
name
much. Chitty Chitty
Fagin?
Bang Bang.
Fagin?
Oh, there's like a Dickens character that like contrasts.
Right,
with
yeah.
the
Oh, I forgot about
He's like an
that.
evil Jew.
Yeah. That's exactly what the dude's supposed to look like. You gotta look it up, dude. It's like
it's probably
it-
based
it's-
on the same thing.
It's fucking insane, dude. The dude, he's all nose. They put like this outlandish nose on this fucking guy. They're like, okay, so
I'm
Disney
sure
was
that's
racist.
what it is
okay,
then, dude.
let's just, it's fine. It was racist as fuck, dude. But I was just like watching. I was like, "This is the villain in a fucking children's movie. What the fuck is wrong with
Terrifying.
our culture, dude?
Terrifying.
Oh, the villain in this children's movie fucks kids, snatches them off the fucking street and fucks them.
I mean, all of
Jesus.
our Looney Tunes, Pepe Le Pew.
The rape. He's trying to rape. He's trying to rape a
He's
cat.
affectionate.
He's
Okay, he's showing
there's a lot of
interest.
stuff. I'm just like,
Animals don't know the difference.
yeah, it's true.
I
I
know,
watched.
if you get fucked by your cat, it has spikes on his dick. That sounds like rape.
Yeah.
How do you have consensual sex with something that won't come
I
out?
watch a little neighbor cat rape the other neighbor cat constantly, Luke. Like, what a piece of shit. Like, he's staring at me. I'm like, don't say hi to him. He's a fucking rapist. I'm like, leave Princess alone, Luke. Leave her alone.
How do you
Nope.
know that she's not consenting to it? Just
'Cause she's
because
like,
she makes
"Wah!" like
noises?
crying.
If you've heard the noises, a normal woman makes when she's, you might think
true.
something's wrong.
Stop! Help!
His
Help.
name's Wub.
Say his name.
His Instagram is Whoopsie-daisy.
Whoops.
Oh, fiddlesticks! I seem to have fallen and gotten my dick caught in your pussy.
That would be a great headline. Whoopsie-daisy.
Yeah. A bunch of kids in cages in your basement. Oops. Whoopsie-daisy.
Speaking of kids in cages
Wayfair.
and Amazon.
And Amazon. It's all
What
connected.
that is so fucking weird.
We didn't talk about the distinction here, though, which is that both Amazon and Wayfair have third-party sellers.
Yes.
So they are enabling the selling of children, apparently.
Right.
But they're not directly doing it. That's not.
Yeah.
They're not making money off of it directly.
Has anybody ordered
think.
one of these?
Cabinets?
Yeah, find
With an
out.
actual person that will help you build a cabinet? No, I have
You'd
not.
think, somebody try it. I mean, if you think that are they supposed to come with the kid in it? How's it?
That was curious about that too. I'm like, has anybody tried to actually order it? Because then I'm sure somebody would contact you and be like, oh yeah, you're part of the underground. Like, how does that work?
You
Like,
have to prove that you're one of them, dude.
some people say it's a glitch, which I find it hard to believe that it's a glitch because as soon as like they said something about it, I watched a video of this one guy. He was going through all of it, and he's like, okay, he's like, I haven't refreshed this yet, and he refreshed it. All of a sudden, it was $39. Like, but initially, they're all like that. Like, and it wasn't just like cabinets; it was pillows and it was other things. And I'm just like, this is really weird.
$13,000 throw pillow.
This is really weird, and it's like the names of the girls who were just recently missing too. I'm like,
But how soft is
What the
that throw pillow? I mean, that
Made
is
out
a
of girl
third-
hair.
and there was another one where the guy looked, and it was like a book. It was called The Haitian something, and then above it, it was a book about this place in Hong Kong that was taking organs. Time for killing. I forgot the name of the damn book, but anyway, that was on the bookshelf that they were trying to sell. He's like, why would they pick this shit fucking book that's so weird, you know? And then you had an app that shows if something's been photoshopped or not, and it's all been photoshopped in. So I'm like, why is this? And then on there for that bookshelf was a crazy amount of money. And then if you go click on that book that was on there, A Time for Killing or whatever it was called, $901. He's like, so are they selling organs on here too? Like, granted, third party, obviously, I don't see them really getting involved in that, but there's a way of people who want to traffic. They have their lingo. They know how to do it. That why not do it on Amazon or Wayfair? Like, why not do it? It's such a good cover because you're like, oh, I bought this on and the credit shows Wayfair. It shows this. It's like,
Well, yeah.
a great
Also, it
way-
could just be laundering money.
laundering money of something else too.
That's
But
true.
how many kids go missing every year? There's a huge trafficking. They hide under the guise of the UN. Like even when the
A
war
lot of
happened in
people though who
Yugoslavia-
disappear are just people running away too, who are like teens
That
who are
does
like,
happen.
fuck mom and dad,
That does
I'm sick
happen.
of this shit, I'm out of here.
Runaway train
Never
And-
coming back.
And do those kids
Wrong
get
way.
fucked? I'm sure they also do.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
they do.
They also
Yeah.
do. So
Get fucked
whatever
by
way you look at it, kids running away from home, they're definitely getting fucked
It
wherever
happens,
they're fucking
yeah, it definitely
going.
happens. But like, it's a huge black market, and anywhere where the UN is, like Haiti, for instance,
Hey, black markets matter, dude.
they do.
Why it gotta be black markets?
All markets.
Yeah, but I was saying like UN, wherever they're at, they always somehow they go where war-torn places are. They go where there's like an earthquake just happened or something happened, and they go in there infiltrating basically, and they're taking kids because they have no voices, they have no parents, their parents died or whatever happened. They just take them. They're poor. They have zero voice, and they sell them either for organ trafficking or to fuck overseas or sell as a fucking human slave. People don't realize that that really happens. They think it's just a conspiracy thing. That's a real fucking thing. It happens all the time. And now they're using the kids in cages and ICE workers who are also infiltrated are supposedly taking these kids and selling them, help selling them. They're getting money off the back end off of it. Just because you can't imagine it in your own head doesn't mean that there's evil doesn't exist like that.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
And that's what people have a hard time like rapping. They're like, nah, that can't be true. I'm like, no, just because you can't foresee it doesn't mean somebody else is not fucking doing it.
I
because
think we
it
need
happens.
to pay these ICE workers more so that they don't have to do this on the side.
Honestly,
You
we
know?
should be paying them
Or
like $1
they
million a
probably
year.
have-
They're fucking heroes.
they have a lot of like, even in the UN, they had even other Albanian people were helping sell other Albanian people. You know what I mean? Like, there's evil people everywhere. It doesn't matter your fucking race, religion, nothing. if money talks, they're like, they can not even think about it and do it. Unlike normal people, I can't do that shit.
And people always find ways to justify their bad behavior.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's somebody else's fault. He did it to me first. You are the master of your own destiny, Diane. Yeah. So anything bad that happens to you, you brought on yourself.
What else did we watch? V for Vendetta, which was so retarded.
Dude, okay.
First of all, I liked it, but
I hated it.
I noticed. I wanted to like it. Let's put it that way. I wanted to like it because I'm reading 1984. I was like, okay, this is very similar to what's going on. Like, I always trying to find something to match whatever my crazy brain is thinking. Okay, so terrible acting, first of all. I thought Natalie Portman was such a great actress. This is in the beginning.
Blimey, I'm Natalie Portman
terrible
now.
Fucking British accent and like I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it, man.
I can't stand anything she's in.
And then that guy's so theatrical the whole time, like with the mask. I'm just it's too much for me. I don't know. I can't watch acting anymore. I really can't. Like I could watch bullshit trash TV all day. 90 Day Fiance, fucking Live PD, like anything. I could watch all that. Acting, I can't even. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it.
They don't do a great job of trying to get you to be accustomed to the fact that it's supposed to be a normal universe, but there's a guy with a fucking giant mask on his face.
Yeah,
it's not.
It didn't make sense.
It's all goofy.
It really didn't make sense.
And he's a kung fu master.
The dudes.
Yeah, like so good, right? I'm like. God.
Well, I just want to say the dudes who made that movie made The Matrix, which I also watched.
Oh,
and now those dudes are chicks, but they're brothers, and they both decided to become women. What happened with their parents? What happened that you messed up?
Say that again?
Exactly.
The Wachowskis.
The Wachowski brothers.
Became women?
The Wachowski sisters.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. You
Both
didn't know
of
that?
them.
When?
In the last 10 years,
ago.
maybe. They were one of the first that were transitioning into that stuff. Because it was like 2010 or something. This is way before I had ever heard
twins?
about this crap.
These are the people that made
brothers.
Matrix as well.
Yeah.
Well, fuck the Matrix then. Like,
The Matrix is trash, dude.
I actually like the third one. Nobody likes the third one. I like the third one.
I don't remember the first
I like him
one,
in the
to be
reverse
quite
order.
honest.
Dude, whenever Joey Pants died, I was like, I don't give a fuck about any of these other characters. That's what I also wanted to say about the movies we picked to watch. I don't care about the characters in movies at all. Like we watched, what was the Adam Sandler movie called? I forgot.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. I was like, I don't like you, Adam. You're making me watch you for 2 hours, and I don't give a fuck what you do. Don't like you. I don't like the characters in V for Vendetta. I don't like I watched The Irishman. I was like, what am I supposed to?
You actually watched the whole thing?
I watched the whole fucking thing in one sitting.
You're not supposed to like all the characters.
No, but they should be charismatic. There should be a reason why I'm watching them. You know, Goodfellas and The Sopranos, all the characters are bastards. They're all monsters. But they're so funny and charismatic that you want to keep watching it, and you want to find out what happens to them in the end.
Yeah.
The ending of Uncut Gems is genuinely shocking, and I kept thinking, man, I would be really affected by this movie if I had liked the character.
By the way, spoiler alert. Yeah, it was not shocking to me. I literally fell asleep between the middle of the movie because it was so depressing. I could see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's not going to end in a good way.
Sports book. I seen these people. I seen guys just like that, like are fucking insane. They had lived in the hotel basically, free because that's what they do. They want you to keep spending all your fucking money that you win off themselves. Jumped off the roof. Like there's so many fucking. It always ends up badly because especially once you win that amount of money, you become fucking crazy with winning that money again and again and again. You think it fucks with your brain, right?
It's a good thing Norm didn't jump off a building. Dude, Norm would have been great in that movie.
Norm Macdonald?
Yeah, Norm Macdonald in Uncut Gems. Now there's a movie I could get behind.
Or Artie.
Artie.
Norm Macdonald on The View interviews though.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's
The
like,
best.
Yeah, Hillary's a murderer.
Dude,
They're
the
like,
fucking best.
Why would you say that? He's the best.
Great.
He just tells the truth.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they just let Adam do a little improv, let him make some jokes here and there, just make us like him, so that when the shocking stuff happens, it really
I'm sure he produced
affects
that
us.
movie.
But that's what I want to say.
So
It's just so he can do a good acting job.
I don't think
it doesn't matter
movie.
about the
I think
story. It
was a
doesn't
good movie.
matter
It was
about.
just sad. It was very sad. Like it wasn't like a.
It's preferable to the other stuff he makes for me.
Sad.
I just
thought
didn't
it was
like his
good
character.
because I liked the movies that he's made that were like that. Other movies like that, like Punch
Funny
Drunk
People?
Love was good.
The Wedding Singer. Hello.
I just
That's
never.
my
I
favorite
never
movie.
got. I never got. Adam
That's
Sandler.
hilarious.
I just never got it. I still don't get it.
This is the thing. He's easy to hate because he's
just
made
don't
so
like
many
Drew
movies.
Barrymore.
Like, I love.
That's crazy. Tom.
He's got a lot of fucking great fucking funny movies. they're not all hits.
Shibbity-doo!
There's a bunch of misses as well, but I like him. I think he's a good person. But I like him. He just keeps doing it, and
He's
he puts
like
his
the
friends in
comedy
movies.
version of Dave Matthews.
He puts
Do you
friends
like
in
the
his-
music of Dave Matthews Band? Here's the
I used
comedy
to.
version of it for you.
I used
Kind of
to.
cool, kind of funny, but no.
Until they dump shit out in the fucking Chicago.
Oh, wow,
Lake.
would you
No,
say?
because Dave
Michigan?
Matthews would never be that sad. They wouldn't put out a
I
fucking
don't know, dude.
album
I would
that's
say
2.5
Dave Matthews
hours
makes
long.
me
that's
sad
like-
all the time, dude.
Yeah, but not like intentionally.
Yeah.
That's just fortunate.
I don't know. I like Adam Sandler. He's easy to hate, but I like him. I liked his special that he had recently too, where he's on his guitar. He does all those different it was just different. I liked it. I thought it was very creative and it was really funny. And he doesn't sit there and do stand up all the time. And he came out there and it was fucking good. I thought it was hilarious. And I cried a little bit too with the Farley tribute.
Well, that's
I
what
like
he's
him.
always been. That's what he was about in the beginning. When,
Yeah.
when his act wasn't just stand up.
Right.
It was like songs and just
Yeah.
funny,
Eddie Vedder
funny
impersonations?
shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I never really liked him when he was on SNL. To be quite honest.
Oh, I mean, I liked that stuff because I was like 10 when it happened. So
I
I
never
loved his
found-
early stand-up because I remember
Yeah.
watching it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe you just
That makes
age
sense.
out of it.
I mean, that's the way I feel about a lot of stuff. Because like once I hit 13 and started listening to music, I just didn't give a fuck about.
I mean, Billy
other
Madison,
stuff.
the clown scene. Is
I
so
didn't.
funny.
I didn't watch that movie. I didn't see that stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
funny.
really funny movie.
I'll never
that
know.
still holds up. And then Wedding Singer, I just watched it recently.
He did make
Fucking
a bunch of movies with Drew
hilarious.
Barrymore, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a bunch of them.
I can't stand Drew Barrymore.
That's nonsense, dude.
Why? Because
Did
he
you ever
talks
see
like
the
this?
Playboy? Did you ever see the Playboy pictures from
Inside of her
'95?
mouth?
Dude,
Yeah, sure.
that fucked up my teenage years like a motherfucker. I couldn't believe it.
I was watching
Now I can believe
Letterman when she took her top off on Letterman. I remember that.
Yeah, that happened too. She was going through a little bit of a time, I guess.
I mean, she was doing drugs with her mom when she
I
was
could
like
use
11,
a little
so.
Barry Less, if you know what I mean.
Married Tom Green. This is a troubled woman.
I like
a very
Tom
troubled
Green.
woman.
For like 6 months.
My bum is on your butt or whatever.
That was such a weird show.
I hated it. I hated it when I was a
I
young
like
person
Tom
too.
Green,
I couldn't stand it.
I liked it. It was
I
really
just don't
weird.
like anything,
but-
I guess, guys.
No shit.
Well, maybe
I mean,
I was
anyone
gonna
would
say,
know
let me
that who
go through my
listens to
list
this.
here and see if I can find a movie I
Hey,
did
hey,
like.
hey, let's find all the ones we hate.
Oh, I did see a cool movie actually. There was a movie called Hell or High Water. There's an interesting like genre of crime movies that are coming out now, where it'll be about like two poor brothers that got to go rob banks to buy their house before it gets foreclosed on or whatever. I love the shit out of these movies. I think they're fucking hilarious. It'll always be like some male model dude pretending to be like
Yeah.
a hard luck hippie, or not hippie, like a hick or a hillbilly. Oh,
Yeah.
come on now. You got perfect teeth and shit. Like, come on now. We got to help mom's farm get me.
That's hilarious.
So I enjoy the shit out of this. And they always have a
Is it
deep-
recent movie or?
Oh, yeah. It's like
Okay.
from last like 4 years ago.
Okay.
It always has a semi-tragic ending, which is also very hopeful. They always have that like where it's like, oh, he did want to kill himself the whole time, and he sacrificed himself for the farm. That's beautiful. Meanwhile, and Uncut Gems, it's just like, I want money. I don't give a flying fuck what we do with it. I just want it. We're not helping the family. We're not helping the farm. Fuck them. Give me the money. Not even spending it on nice things. They weren't even buying nice stuff with the money.
Just shows addiction. Gambling addiction is so disgusting.
It really is gross. I don't get it, dude. I just can't get it. How could you just feed money into a machine all day?
It's
And not
dude,
feel
it's
stupid.
a sickness. Dude. It's just like alcoholism, smoking. Like it's everybody has their thing. That's obviously terrible, but it's not really comparable.
If
to
you
that,
didn't know that movie was made by a Jew, you'd be like, this is Jew propaganda. Like, like this shit is all about a dude who just cannot get enough money. He's got to fucking get money. He's got to hide it over here. You got to move it over
But
here.
at the same time, I feel like the Jews more frugal with their money, so I'm just like, you're not gonna have like terrible gamblers that are Jewish either. You know what I mean? I don't think you're gonna.
But
gamble
even
with
he
your
was
money like
beholden
that.
to other more Jewy Jews, you know.
That's the part I also couldn't understand. Who the fuck was the guy that was in talk radio, Eric Boguzin or whatever his name was? Who was he, and how was he connected to Adam Sandler? And why do I care about him? They were like family members or something, right?
I can't remember. Which
Dude,
guy
I was
you're
so
talking about.
confused.
Which guy is it?
Eric Boguzin. He's just like a little bit older Jewish dude that was like they had some kind of bar mitzvah or something like that they were all at. Oh, I wanted to tell you my favorite scene in the whole movie. Okay, actually there was one great scene. There's this scene where Adam is talking to his ex-wife or something. He's like all lovey-dovey and sincere, and she goes, "You are the most annoying person I've ever met." I was like, thank you. You said it. Thank you for articulating what the audience has been thinking for an hour and a half. You are the most annoying person I've ever met. Yeah. But I just love that because you could see the hurt in his eyes when he had to slink away from that moment. Like, God damn, dude. You know what? I love this movie. Forget it. It's great. Watch it.
Well, I think that's a big part. I think that's kind of like the crux of the character is the fact that she says that. Mm-hmm. It tells you everything you need to know about him.
It tells you all about his inner workings, his psyche.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part's
And
cool.
how many people have you met who are essentially identical to that, who are just unbelievably annoying and, supplicating,
Should we start a book club?
I don't read. Actually, I am reading a book right now. I'm reading a book called The Wasp Factory. It's about a kid who kills other kids. Let's read
I would
that.
be into that, actually.
It's only 160 pages long or something. I'm like halfway into it already. It's easy as fuck.
Start a book burning club.
Yeah, now you're talking. Now you're fucking talking. The Wasp Factory is actually very entertaining because, this kid...
I thought that was Yale.
He's just like, a bunch of the stories just him talking about walking around and like setting rabbits on fire with a homemade flamethrower and shit. It's actually pretty fucking
Young
funny.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Jesus.
This is like some kind of British, some Brit lit that was like really popular in the 80s or something like that. Not popular, but like acclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so when you read it later, like this trash was critically acclaimed. What the fuck? Who acclaimed this? But that's what I'm reading. So other movies, Hell or High Water, that was fun. I wanted to say this: I hate Netflix. I only got to see these movies because my sister gave me her Netflix password. There's nothing on it. They take all their movies off and put new movies on every month or something. It's fucking weird.
It's a lot to sift through.
Well, it changes. It's just one of those things that's like, you know how it's just definitely not a stagnant library. So
No.
I think they've...
I spend more
I
time
think
looking
that's-
for stuff to watch than actually
Ditto.
watching when
Yeah,
I'm on there.
yeah.
And that frustrates me. And then I'm just like, fuck it.
Yeah, I think it's like... I don't know exactly the problem, but I think there's an issue with like what's going on with the whole licensing of content because... people are. It seems to me like there's agreements being made where things can be on something for a period of time, and then that can be sold to something else for another period of time, and then it'll be on something else. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to watch all the Chris D'Elia fucking specials right now, and I can't even
Well,
get
you
to 'em.
can.
And it's, I can't do it because they took it down.
Time to
because
get a bitch shoot.
He fucked girls that were young, but they were of age. Jesus Christ.
What a
Can't even-
creep.
Too bad I can't fucking watch those.
How about you women just acknowledge the fact that you're mad?
You women.
Yes, because it's women.
Women.
Women are mad, not men. No one cares what Chris D'Elia did on the man side.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Oh, yes. I've seen so many people. So many dudes.
I don't consider them men. How's that? Like, for real, this is what's going on in the world right now?
I'm all for him. I would never watch a special anyway. But I want to watch it. I want to see if maybe he's talking about this.
Yeah, you go through the Louis C.K. specials. He's talking about jacking off in all of them. So
I like both those guys. They're great. I like them both.
Can I talk about Louis C.K. for a second? Because I talked to you guys about this yesterday.
I forgive you for fucking hot smoke shows that were of age. I forgive you for that. I don't even know why you got taken off of You. Can't watch You anymore.
I don't even know what that show is.
It was the show he's on. I think he played a pedophile.
He played a
or serial
pedo.
killer or
He had
something.
some bad career choices that he made. I think
It's a great show. It's a very popular show. So
I heard he's going to be on a new show called Barely Undateable. No, okay. Thank you. That's my
He was on
only
a bunch of
D'Elia joke.
shows.
Yeah, we forgave him for Undateable. Why can't we forgive him for this?
Yeah.
Now he's literally undateable.
Yeah.
Eh?
Oh, yeah, right. Those same hoes would still, if he responded back to him, like, hey, you want to hang out?
Yeah, if
Like,
he sent her if he sent her a message now, are you 18 yet?
Yeah, I'm sure they would hang out. All the hypocrisy, I swear.
Well, I think that the women are pissed off because they're like, well, he's not going to fuck us. He wants to fuck chicks that are younger than us. I thought it's just a jealousy thing.
Well, also,
I think
why
that
would you want to
definitely
date a
is part
woman
of that.
in her 30s? Does he want to have a child, or would he rather date a dumb cunt on fucking IG model that just
Right.
takes pictures of her ass? Because when he's on the road and he wants to fuck, is he gonna date a girl that wants to settle down or a girl that's down to fuck?
That's
You pick
true.
one.
You never think
duh.
about like where are women in their own psychological mindset for what they want at what time in their life, and what type of guy would they be fucking if they
Right.
wanted that?
Yeah, if you're single,
You know what
you're
I mean?
most likely gonna go with a younger guy or a guy your age. If you're like want to settle down, you're gonna go with a guy that's more has a good job
Stable.
and like he's stable person and like he wants a family. You're gonna go with that. But like women in their 20s are not. Early 20s are definitely not in that mode in their minds,
Plus,
right?
if they just banged Dalia, they for sure think, I bet I could bang another guy just
I bet I
like
could
Dalia.
bang Joseph P. Larkin.
So I don't
Oh,
need to fuck.
I had sex
I
with
don't
him
need to
in
him.
2012. This is before he blew up. It's like they
Right.
want to be like, oh, I'm gonna go online right now and let everybody know I had sex with a celebrity. That's what you're doing. By the way, you sound like a small town whore. You suck. Like that's.
And he kills.
Yeah.
He kills.
He
He
kills.
Does a
kills
good
so
job.
hard
He
on
does a good
stage.
job. So hard.
Of course, people want to fuck him.
I wanna fuck him.
guarantee most dudes want to fuck him.
At least want to jack him off. Good job, buddy. You're
It's like,
so
let
funny.
him be.
I would
He
settle
doesn't do
fucking
drugs,
a chick
he doesn't
with
drink
him.
Alcohol. He likes to fuck young women. He has a sex problem. Okay, so what? He's not fucking kids. He's
I
not.
know. At least
He's not fucking
at least
kids.
they're closer to adults than the people that usually get fucked in
That's what I'm
Hollywood.
saying. It's like people don't want to talk about that. They want to put him down and put. It's just
But
the
those
fact
guys
that went
noticing
down
recently,
bothered me a little bit.
everybody, you know what's so funny about the word groom? Groom is almost always a term for somebody, for the person who does the grooming is almost always the submissive person in the situation, except with the sexual grooming. Every other grooming, the person doing it is if you're being groomed, somebody is like cleaning your feet
Getting the
or
bugs out of
washing
your
your
hair.
hair or doing some shit for you.
Right,
But
right.
for sex, that's the only one where it's the opposite.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Most,
You ever know-
most,
no.
most women, especially in different cultures, I was groomed. You know, I was groomed. Basically, I was supposed to be. I had a crush on this kid. Ended up marrying him later. I was groomed until I was 18 years old, 19 years old to be with this person. Am I mad about it? No. Do I think that I was taken? No, I don't. I think everybody in that situation was like, oh, this is a good person for you, for the future. You know, once you're old enough. Talk to this person. Not saying that grooming is a good thing. Like you should.
And that guy wasn't even close to as big as Dalia.
right.
You
But
were getting screwed.
Culturally, a lot of cultures do that. They do groom women, especially from a young age. My whole life, I was taught to cook, clean, look after men, nurture men. Basically, my entire fucking life, I knew how to.
God bless Albania.
That's as soon
Yeah,
as someone
find
came
an
in the
Albanian
door,
woman.
I had to go talk to the oldest gentleman first, and then go down the line for respect. Don't hug. You only shake hands like this. Don't make eye contact. We were groomed our whole entire life. Am I mad about my parents about that shit? No. Do I feel like a victim? Fuck no. Now, if you're being groomed to get sold to like some dude
To
in
Wayfair.
Hollywood, to Wayfair in a cabinet. Totally fucking different story.
Dude, where I grew up, there was a church called the Wayfarers Chapel.
Really?
It's a very famous church.
That's weird.
It's expensive to get a wedding there.
Think of how pissed you'd be if you ordered one of those girls and you got the cabinet and she was inside it dead already. You'd be like, I was supposed to kill that. I ordered that for me to kill. What
Or
the
at least
fuck?
help me put it together.
No, dude, it's the cannibal.
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
It's like that. There's a thing called, yeah, I'll still fuck it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm getting my money back.
Don't they have like a thing that where you can buy meal kits and then you get one mailed to you every day and then you prepare it at home? That's what
Yeah.
that is. It's the at-home rape kit or whatever. You order the kid to rape and kill, and then you put the pieces together. Well, or in this case, take them apart.
God.
There's like little books in there that give you tips and stuff. Like, you don't want to dull your knife when you're stabbing someone's skull.
They just gave you a suitcase then instead. It's hard to fucking lug a cabinet down to a dumpster, but a suitcase, you just fucking roll that shit down.
As I said, they have wheels on the cabinets. That's why they're $13,000.
Just shows up. You're like, oh fuck.
High quality wheels.
They're like $3,000 a wheel.
Dolly included. Pallet jacks available.
I think I paid too much for my fucking couch. I'm be like, hey guys, where's my fucking kid?
Yeah.
Where's my goddamn kid with my green leather couch? Wayfair, motherfuckers.
What if I get
lower the price?
What if I get my couch like refurbished and they find a skeleton inside of it or something like that? Like, who owns Wayfair? Ed Gein? What's going on over here?
Have you guys seen the comments at the Wayfair on Instagram?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Brutal.
First of all, it's all customer service complaints. I ordered a couch, blah, 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 missing parts. And this is 2 weeks ago, and the Wayfair person computer basically just says the same thing. Go to wayfairhelp.com, blah, 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 blah. They're like, duh, I already did, you dumb bitch. I need to talk to somebody to get my money. Like, it's all that. And then other people are like, hey, where are them kids? Like, it's all bad. It's good as Tom Hanks is.
Yeah, he disabled comments, so you can't comment anymore.
Yeah, but the old ones are still there.
Yeah, never mind. Who cares, dude? What a world we live in. How can people not believe that this is real? Because I already see people going, "This is just a conspiracy theory." It's like, are you crazy? Do you think that like evil just existed in the Bible 2,000 years ago, and then we eradicated it somehow, and everyone became cool?
Third-party sellers is what makes me believe that it is possible. Because what a genius idea! Like, if you are in the trafficking world, how easy is it just to get your credit card information, and you already have a lie. Oh, you're just buying something off Amazon. Oh, you're just buying something.
It's not uncommon to spend thousands of dollars on Amazon or Wayfair.
Especially if you have the money. Like
it's not uncommon.
Yeah, you will. Especially with furniture and stuff like that. It's expensive.
And your assumption is that Amazon is complicit in allowing it to go on? Like they wouldn't notice that some of their products are priced unbelievably high.
They just get paid to look the other way. Do you know?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm asking.
They get paid to look the other way.
To a certain extent, or maybe it's hard to trace.
How about just this? Anyone who works at Amazon doesn't give a fuck about their job. Every job I ever had, I didn't care about. It's not like I was like, I'm going to go follow up.
Yeah, but the accountants at Amazon definitely give a fuck about their job.
Trust me, they're getting paid to do what they do.
But
they would have to know that.
Actually tried to buy that shit. Now they changed the prices, but I wonder if anybody actually clicked on it and was like, "Let me try this out," and like, cancel the order afterwards or something. I don't have that kind of money to fuck with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have 10 grand to just be like, "Let me see if it works." If it was like $100, I'd be like, "All right, let's see if I get an organ or not. Let me see if I get a heart." But like,
I need toenails.
Yeah, what can you get for $100? What organ would you even get? A heart's.
My cock's worth at least 200. I'd say at least
maybe
200.
Something that you don't really need.
My cock.
Appendix. I'm like, how much an appendix go for? $100? Okay, cool. Let's see if it comes.
This is our appendix day. Oh, I want to say this. Do you know that this Maxine person, the best BFF of Epstein, she owns part of Wayfair.
Does she?
Now the conspiracy deepens. She also
deepens.
She was also on Reddit. She has the most karma of anyone who's ever been. I'm not on Reddit, but I guess karma is like likes.
No way. The most of any person on Reddit
ever. And do you know what most of her postings are about? Pedophilia and how we should normalize it. It's pretty funny, dude.
How do we know it's her? She goes by her name?
Yes, she goes by her actual name and stuff. Reddit is it's propaganda machine for their sickness, basically. I mean, like I said, I don't really look at Reddit very often, but I guarantee there's got to be teenage girls in their underwear and shit all over this. Like, I'm talking like subreddits dedicated to this fucking crap. Stuff that they don't even do on 4chan.
That shit gets banned. Reddit is fucking as mainstream as it gets now, dude.
I know that. That's why Maxine owns half of it or whatever, or is part of it.
So she owns part of Wayfair? Hold on, let me look this shit up.
Someone else did too, George Soros or someone like that.
Yeah, but then I looked up the guy that she was in a picture with. They're like, oh, this is chief operating of Wayfair. They don't even have that position there. And that's not him. It was some guy that went to an event with her in like 2003. So that's not true. However,
by the way, if you can go to Wayfair's chapel, it is really nice. Highly recommend.
I can't afford to get married there. Well, I'm gonna have to get married at the chapel on Victory Boulevard in the Valley. I forget what it's called, but it's like a
The Hope Chapel.
Yeah. The No Hope Chapel.
Hopeless.
The Hopeless Chapel.
Yeah, that guy's name is not even Bill Hutcherson. It's something else. That's what they were saying. The picture with her in it.
Oh, I also watched something. Let's talk about something nice. We keep detouring into the horror of actual life.
Strange.
I watched did you guys see the Spider-Man cartoon Into the SpiderVerse?
I never watched it.
The animation I thought looked really cool, so I sat and watched it, but it was the same as all these superhero movies are exactly the fucking same. They have this same premise. It's like, it's annoying. Whatever. I liked comic books when I was a kid. I want to see my favorite villains
it's not for
fighting.
you. It's for children. That shit is like, I'm not even interested in any Marvel bullshit movie. I'm not.
DC kind of gal, me too.
I don't like them.
You watched V for Vendetta. That's a DC comic. Spider-Man's a Marvel comic. I hate to tell
Vendetta
you what
sucked.
this is. Oh, yeah, okay, that's right. It did suck. Never mind.
Maybe back in the day it was great. I think I watched it back in the day and thought it was good.
Yeah. I didn't like it back in the day either. I read the graphic novel it was based on. It was pretty nice to look at. I was a teenager, But.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a hard time with the mask guy, like, killing everybody. I'm like,
he wasn't very likable in general. He just seemed like a pretentious twat.
Yeah, very
There's
pretentious.
something that just did not translate from the comic book nature of the caricature of the human being of that character to be like a real person. I don't know, other movies I guess have done it better. I don't know exactly why, but even when you see something like The Watchmen and you see the people in their ridiculous costume, it doesn't look as dumb and out of place as the dude with the mask in V for Vendetta does.
It's too much.
It's
like,
just so
what?
goofy.
His entire outfit is the nerdiest shit ever. He's wearing a trench coat. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. This movie was made for a very specific type of nerd that went to high school. I remember that nerd. There was this guy.
I was a
He gave
nerd
me
like that in
Antifa
high school.
You used to
vibes,
wear
and I
the
was
the trench coat.
I had a coat. I fucking hung out with losers, I was in band.
What's changed?
I was in band. I was playing music.
No, this guy was like a goth kid. He was like the goth kid.
I wasn't a goth.
He was wearing.
But I did have long hair.
How long was your hair?
Pretty long.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. We need to see some early photos of the.
Do you look like
Womaninator.
you're in Creed?
I don't know.
You have like Messiah.
down to
Yeah,
here.
you have like Messiah hair.
So funny. Yeah, all those movies fucking suck, dude.
So anyways, this podcast is canceled.
Besides
we did
the,
try. We gave it a shot.
Dying in what's it called?
Oh, Killing of
Killing
America.
Killing of America.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. It's very graphic.
I mean, it's the best porn I ever jacked off to.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah. It turned me on a little bit. And Japanese made, so it's like a very. It's weird because it's way
really,
more violent.
It's like it's more like an essay on the violence in America at that time period. So it's kind of interesting like that because I like that in the same reason why I like that one Manson documentary.
The Wild West.
Right, a little snippet from the time period that it was done in. There's no
What was the Manson
different
documentary
perspective.
called?
I can't remember.
Did I watch that?
You ain't watching a documentary about me. I'm watching a documentary about you.
Yeah.
You're in the TV. I'm outside. I'm roaming around.
I
All
watch
right,
more than
crazy
TV
eyes.
than all the people who watch the documentaries.
I just got the book Chaos. I'm excited about reading it.
Yeah, when I came over here yesterday,
book
there was
about it.
there was a Charles Manson book on the fucking on the coffee table, and I was
And
like,
there's
yeah, I wonder who's reading
1984
that.
right on top of
yeah,
that.
I wonder who's reading that.
1984 is an interesting book. I mean, I like Orwell. I
I'm reading
love
it right
Orwell.
now, and it's freaking me out a little bit because I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
It's pretty crazy.
Prophetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the
All
hate hour. We're doing the
theories
hate
are
hour
just
right now.
like- yeah, it's like
I do the hate hour 24 hours a day.
Yeah, dude.
it's like, hey, dummy, he was talking about communists. I think you can take a lesson from what he was talking about with what people want to do.
They thought it was an instruction guide.
It is communism
Exactly.
and socialism are very fucking close. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
But people don't get it because they don't know it until it happens. That's how that works.
Too late, and then
When
you
it's
can't
too
stop
late.
it.
It's
Yeah.
too late. Yep. I mean, look at fucking former Yugoslavia, where my parents are from. That whole fucking shit was communist, and they were like more socialist communists, and they actually got along until I heard a crazy theory. This guy's half Serbian, half Bulgarian, but he said that Albanians and Serbs used to get along, and then all of a sudden they were genociding us, right? Out of nowhere. And they were creating all this hate, the same shit they're doing right now. And then Bill Clinton came in and he fucking started bombing the fuck out of Milosevic and Serbia, and then all of former Yugoslavia split up. So Croatia, Montenegro, Bosnia, Kosovo. Albania was always separate, but huge, a lot of Kosovo is mostly Albanians. Montenegro and Macedonia, border Macedonia, where my parents
Montenegro, great name.
Sounds like an awesome
Black
name for a
Mountain.
band, dude.
Montenegro.
Yo, did you see
Malizi?
Montenegro last summer opening for
Mountain.
Metallica? That shit was awesome, dude.
It means Black
Unbelievable.
Mountain. All that shit split up after that fucking war, and they're like, and it was under like, my mom was like, back at the time, she's like, you can see a piece of garbage on the ground, like everything was orderly and nice. Not that she was saying communism is great. She's like, I couldn't wear my own flag and I couldn't speak my own language. Like even though there was 90% Albanians there, it was fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. They were sending people to jail. Like I had a lot of family that ended up going to my grandfather, for instance. They were zapping people's brains. Like they were fucking with people so hard back then. So anyway, they come back to America just for it to happen here. And people were like, no, it's not. It's fine.
It could
What's
never happen
It could
here.
never happen here. You guys are very compliant with a lot of different things. And even the fact that I question certain things or say certain things, people, it just upsets them a lot. It was
They
what
need
really
communism.
fucking scares me.
They need
I'm like,
daddy. Daddy, help.
Yeah.
Help us, daddy.
Yeah, doesn't it seem like it's like people don't care who is in charge, just as long as it's either the only argument is that they want a mother or a father in charge. That's the only difference that like people will argue about. It's like whether I want this to be some sort of like ultra pseudo empathetic motherly government or a stern, disciplinary fatherly government.
Well, here's what's going to happen with communism. They're going to run out of money here pretty soon, all these people that are on unemployment. And as soon as that happens, these people are going to have a different fucking tune. Because right now, everybody's getting their unemployment, and most people are getting paid more than they did when they were employed. But this money is going to run out. It's fake money they're printing, basically. So somebody's going to have to pay for it eventually. And that's my point. It's like, okay, you want to blame everything on Trump and all this bullshit, fine, so be it. But the money's going to run out. It's going to run out. This is not sustainable. People have to fucking go back to work. Kids have to go back to school. Like, it's going to have to happen eventually, right? When the money runs out, I want to see everybody change their fucking tune. As soon as they change it, or even if a Democrat wins, they're going to change their tunes immediately because
they won't put up with it once the minute they're in power. They'll just be like, oh, okay, so now we're in control, so we'll do whatever the fuck we want now.
We can't blame Trump anymore. Okay. Now we gotta do.
Well, they'll still blame him.
Yeah, they'll find a way to keep blaming him.
So that's the thing. It's just fucking.
But
annoying.
dude, wasn't it always about the goddamn equipment? Wasn't that the whole fucking reason we shut down? It was about equipment, right?
Not having enough.
That was the reason.
Meanwhile, ventilators are killing people.
So what the fuck? Okay, so before they were like, what we have to worry about is overrunning the system, and especially all this equipment and these masks. But now they have mandated wearing the mask. So I'm assuming that means it's not like they have prohibited you from buying the actual surgical masks and shit. You still can go buy that shit. Mm-hmm. So they're just mandating people now to be home and mandating shit to fucking mandate it. Mm-hmm. They did exactly what people warned that they would do in terms of being like, okay, well, now we have justification to do it. Mm-hmm. And anytime we have pushback, we're just going to point right back to the same thing. Mm-hmm. And you'll be stuck in a loop, It is like a loop. I'm like, I don't want people to die. I don't want this fucking thing to spread either. But like at this point, I'm just like, all right. So I'm seeing articles like, oh, the spread of coronavirus was not due to the protests. I'm like, okay, guys. Yeah, it was.
It was due to small parties that we've had like this one.
Right.
It was due to a lot of fucking things.
Which
like,
I'm sure definitely didn't happen after a protest. It's not like people hung out afterwards and went home and had beers with their friends after feeling so fucking good about the yelling they did. The shouting of just spreading their
so that
their
bothers
voices
me.
and
I'm just like, what the fuck? That's hypocrisy. Like, stop it. It's all of that shit, okay? They reopened. And by the way, this shit's got to go through anyway. It's got to go through the fucking population. I'm sorry to say this, but let it go through. Let it go through the population, especially through kids.
You do realize we all had it last year, right?
Of course.
We all
There's
had
been,
it.
like-
That was the worst I've ever been
Dude,
sick
there's
in
been
years.
So few actual children without an actual health condition ahead of time.
Yeah.
It's like practically non-existent.
And
It's
kids.
like yeah.
Kids are
In
supposed
terms
to spread
of
the
in
shit,
terms
right?
of being
Yeah.
knocked out from it.
Wait
And
a
it's
second,
like,
maybe
what
we should
the
be
fuck?
fucking kids then. Has a kid ever given you AIDS? I doubt it.
I never stopped.
Yeah, I doubt a kid will give you AIDS. They're the safest things to fuck around here.
I thought they cured AIDS.
They probably did.
How will we know if we don't try?
Dude, listen, man. They've been writing fucking fairy tales and books and tall tales and stories about drinking kid blood forever. Might happen that people drink kid blood. Might be a thing that happens. Otherwise,
I
we'd
can't
forget
ever
about it.
Fathom anything so destructive and so mean to ever happen on this planet.
What if
I
it-
can't even imagine. So therefore, it's not true.
I'm
It's
a nice
conspiracy.
person. That means everyone else is nice too, right?
Duh.
I'm a nice person.
If it made you like 150% funnier, someone was like, "You can be funnier. You're just gonna crush every single."
How could I be funnier, Webb?
Yeah,
Get the fuck
I
out
knew
of
this
here.
was gonna
Yeah,
go
you
this
can't even
direction.
have they can't even have this conversation. If you had said, if you want a dick that's 150 times bigger, then I'd be like, all right, dead kids everywhere. I'm going to fuck them to death with my gigantic 150-inch cock. That's right. It's 0 inches.
I'm social
Well,
distancing
that's why
with
they
my
drink
dick.
the kid blood, so their dick can get up.
100%, dude. 100%.
Wait, but did anyone ever ask if it works?
Well, that's the thing.
Does it get your
What
dick?
about people that listen? What about people in China that eat like a bull's balls? Does it
I've
make
had
them
some
fuck
stuff
harder
like
and
that
stuff?
I've had
before.
bulls.
Does it make
I've had,
does it
like-
make them come harder and
I've
stuff?
had like the snake bladder that's like supposed to. I mean, I didn't have it for that. It was for like kung fu stuff. We were
What's
doing.
it
Alright,
supposed to do
It's
then?
supposed to. I don't know. It's supposed to make you
Why do they take
energized
the
or something.
horns
But
out of
it
the
also
fucking
like will give you a
animals?
hard on.
I don't know.
They
Why do
it with
that?
the horn too,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Stuff.
also for dick.
Right?
Stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm. There's a lot of stuff that
That
they
black
think will make
rhino
your
shit,
dick
those
hard.
pills for the dick. I wonder, do they take rhino horn? Like, how do they make that? Why is it called black rhino?
I'm sure those ones are not rhino. but-
Yeah, I don't think you should take those. I think they give you a heart attack or something.
I don't think you should take the ones that are rhino, but I don't think that's gonna make your dick hard. Like getting
I
a
think it's the
fucking
cure for
rhino horn.
COVID.
I think
so-
it gives you like insane anxiety, and then your dick doesn't get hard anyway because you're anxious. That's what I think happens.
So that's
Maybe
a fact.
it just makes you into a terrible driver.
I just say I've tried it like one time. I'm telling you, it didn't do anything positive for my cock. It made me like not want to fuck.
Anxious.
Just
Yeah.
gives you anxiety. So it's like an upper.
There's just a bunch of
Maybe
like
I should take
there's
it,
a
see what
bunch
happens
of
to
like
me.
weird shit.
Yeah, they seem to
stimulants
they
in
they
there.
probably just have
what it
caffeine or
is.
some fucking shit in it or something.
Ooh,
like-
I like stimulants. I'll try it out.
Yeah, they usually have some kind of animal.
Guys are
name.
willing to die. Like that's how bad the drug market is for guys. Like they're like, hey, these are gonna kill you, but it's gonna make your dick hard. Guys are like, yep, they're right there. Like grab
Yeah.
and go.
Yeah.
They don't care. Hey, if it makes my dick hard, who cares? I'll have a heart attack while I fuck. No problem.
Yeah.
I can
I'm
survive
borderline
it, right?
heart attack every time anyway.
Look up how do people survive heart attacks on Google? What are the chances?
That reminds
I
me.
really want to fuck this girl soon.
Do you remember that?
Surely
Do you remember
would.
that band Blues Traveler?
Yeah.
You got to check out Blues Traveler Behind the Music. It's fucking incredible because the singer used to be like 500 pounds.
love
He's
that
obese.
guy.
He's got a great
I love him too.
voice.
John Popper.
Yeah.
He's really great.
Oh,
But
I know what you're gonna say.
He tells this story about how he had a heart attack while he was jerking off, and he's like, "Well, I should finish, right? I should complete because I'm gonna die, right? I should come. Maybe it'll be amazing." That's how anyways, he eventually lost weight because he was so scared. He almost died jerking off.
Jesus. He lost a shit ton of weight then. Huh?
Oh yeah, he's still fat, but he's not like insanely fat.
That's a wake up call.
He's funny
Yeah.
too because he
should
has this like fisherman vest full of harmonicas. There's like 100 in them, and he pulls them out. Like, okay, dude. Okay, only you can hear the difference between those harmonicas, but that's
No,
cool
it's
that you do
because
that.
They each have like a key they're in.
I know, and then also they get goo and gunk inside of them when you're a big fat fuck who's blowing it into it. Do you guys ever think about we said about manifest destiny, how people's names imply what they end up doing later in life? John Popper obviously was popping
Bill
food
Popper?
into his mouth.
Popcorn chicken.
He was popping jalapeno poppers in his mouth all day long.
Joseph P. Larkin like joking. I'm a comedian.
Rosafa Lushy. I'm a lush.
There you go. Whoops, Savell is something
Leslie,
Spanish, I
I'm a
think.
Les- oh, no.
I'll look it up. Actually, yeah, I'm going to say that people should watch Uncut Gems. I'm still thinking about it, so that to me is a marker of a good movie. I'm not thinking about The Irishman.
Do you guys watch the porn Uncut Dicks? It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
John Bobbitt.
It's a bunch of no, it's a bunch of Jews.
No.
They went against.
I want to see
the
the John Bobbitt
And
sex
they-
video and see if it's what the. I'd be like, put an extra inch on it. What the fuck? As long as you, you know what I mean?
Didn't
what the
he
fuck?
get a surgery on his dick?
Yeah, she threw it out the window and someone found it.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying,
My
dude.
girl
Worst
right
surgery
there.
ever.
Stick a fucking
Hell
extra
yeah.
couple inches on him for his.
For
He
good
should have been
measure.
cheating, dude. That's what he gets.
He
Fucking
should have
cut
been
off.
cheated.
Off, man.
He probably wasn't cheating. Who would fuck John Wayne Bobbitt? Like for real?
He was married, right?
Yeah, but
she
Lorena
was
wasn't fucking
cute.
him.
Yeah.
She probably. I mean, if we had phones back in the day, she would have checked his phone and found out.
True. Why do I feel like didn't they
And
make
then
a
cut off his
documentary
dick.
about him recently?
I think that was on Netflix actually.
Yeah.
Lorena, it was called
It's
Lorena.
more about her, I guess.
Yeah, but
Yeah, for
it's
some reason I
sad
can't feel
seeing
sorry
him
for her.
in the porn
Yeah.
industry. I felt more sad for him actually a little bit.
Of course, what a fucking
Yeah,
terrible
your
life.
dick cut off.
Yeah, you're-
Like,
you're
I don't
Literally
care.
the
Taken
biggest
away.
fear of
Somebody,
every man of all time.
If some
Yeah.
bitch cheated on you, and then you were like, "Well, I decided to cut off her nipples," people wouldn't just be like, "Ha ha ha ha." Like,
Yeah, you wouldn't be on
like,
late night
"Ah,
TV.
check out the porno she did, everybody.
God.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any more
It-
movies to talk about. I think I went through all the ones I saw. I like Amazon Prime for documentary movies, just like about dumb shit. Like I watched one about the band Mudhoney. I like the band Mudhoney. So if you like the band Mudhoney, you'd love this documentary.
Watch the Tom Petty one.
Oh, I'll watch that Tom Petty
I
one
think it's
too.
actually
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Netflix.
I'll check that out.
Okay.
I want to see that.
It's very, very, very good.
I would like
It
to
makes
do an
you
episode
like
centered
him
around
even more if
documentaries.
it's possible. He's incredible. How many songs he's putting out, and he's giving the dirt. Like how many other artists he helped out, and he's talking shit about with Stevie Nicks. Somebody lit his fucking house on
Tom
fire.
Petty, yeah, I remember
They tried
that.
to kill him his daughter was home, I think, maybe.
Surprise of not backing down.
He
I
had
mean,
so
talk about
many-
petty. You burned down my house. You're petty.
He had so many records that got burned, so many memorabilia, like so much shit that got burned.
I would hate for my rare Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds bootleg CD collection to hit the fucking fire, dude. I feel for you, Tom. I feel for you.
Running
Yeah.
down a dream home.
Mm-hmm. Burning down a dream.
him and Gary Shandling hanging out a lot.
Best
on that.
besties. You know, because Tom is all over that It's Gary Shandling show, the first Gary Shandling show. He's
yeah.
all over it. He might be on and Larry Sanders too, but I can't remember. I haven't seen it in a while. You know, we were kind of talking about, we want to do an episode about Larry Sanders. I just haven't had time to watch. That's a lot to invest into. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
I've been
weird because
watching it. If you have HBO, you could definitely find bootleg.
oh, it's everywhere, and it's on DVD too. I have it there's like a 100 disc DVD box set.
Check it out.
But it's trippy,
Larry
dude, because
Sanders.
Judd Apatow is so terrible now, but he was an excellent writer
Yeah.
back in those days. I don't know what the fuck happened to this
He's
guy.
always been a good writer. I mean,
He
I
wrote
don't-
jokes for Rodney Dangerfield. I suspect that he is a fucking amazing writer.
Yeah,
you know?
he's great. I mean, whatever. Some people don't like his comedy, but I think his movies are great. I think he did some good movies. I
Funny
like him.
People
I
was
like
named
him.
ironically.
I like him.
Do we ever complain about Funny People yet? Because even before
never saw it.
even before
It's
I did
depressing.
stand up,
It's
I thought
depressing.
it was bullshit.
It's
Even before
depressing.
I moved to LA and did stand up, I was like, this is not what comedy is like. Let me tell you how it is. So Seth Rogen's supposed to be a struggling comedian. He has late night spots at the Comedy Store. It's not the Comedy Store, but it's the Comedy Store. He has late night spots, and the fucking late night spots are packed. The room is full. That's not struggling. That's my dream. I want that late night spot. All of my friends want it. Get the fuck out of here. You don't appreciate the fact that you have the best spot in the fucking place, the best place for comedy in the world. And then, like, what they consider bombing is just like someone in the background going, Let me tell you what bombing is. Bombing is you're bombing and someone in the crowd threatens you, so you call them a faggot, and then they beat the shit out of you in the parking lot. That's bombing. And they come back to the show every fucking week that you host and sit in the same table and stare at you. And then you fuck a girl who ends up being the nanny of one of those fucking freaks' children, and now you have to see them socially for 2 goddamn years after the fucking bar closed. That's bombing. That's what it is to bomb.
Sounds very real.
Saw that dude. I saw the dude who jumped me like 100 times after it happened. Like 100 fucking times.
And he didn't remember you one single time.
No, he remembered exactly who the
really?
fuck I was every single time. Every fucking time he mean mugged me. What a pussy. You know what I want to say to you?
This really did happen.
Yeah, I want to say to you, the Big Fish closed down 5 years ago and you don't have a life anymore. Ha ha. Ha ha. What have you been doing for 5 years, you fucking drunk? Drinking at home alone. I've been doing that too, but at least I have friends that I can go to elsewhere to drink
I'm
with.
sure he's found another watering hole of.
Dude, actually, when the Big Fish closed down, I thought it was really sad because that's the only place those people went. They just went to a different bar. They just go to a different bar down the street.
They did, and it's
No loyalty at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to say rest in peace, Cheezer. He's on my mind because yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of his death. Cheezer was a bartender at the Big Fish, and then the Big Fish just died after that. But anyway, I'm just thinking about you, Cheezer. If you're out there listening to this. Cheezer was a cool guy. He used to be a wrestling announcer, so he knew Hulk Hogan and stuff. He also knew all these weird radio DJs. Which I'm a nerd about music and stuff, so I knew who these DJs were, and I was like, hey, man, could you get Shotgun Tom Kelly to come into the bar and hang out with us? I will lose my mind if he comes into the bar and watches me do comedy. Come on, man. Do you guys know who Shotgun Tom Kelly is?
I know the name.
I got to know how he got that nickname. I'm very concerned. Did you kill someone with a shotgun? How do you get a nickname like
sure
that?
He just always sat in the passenger seat of his richer friend.
Just like Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain always called shotgun in the car. That's one of my first year jokes. Now a meme. A lot of people thought of that joke, apparently. It's not so funny. Anyway. Shotgun Tom Kelly.
You were the first, though, I have a feeling.
Oh, probably. A lot of my old first year jokes are memes now, like popular memes. It's fucking weird. It's weird as fuck. It makes me think I was just a bad joke writer when I was younger or something.
No, it just means you're ahead of the curve. Like, eventually, dumb people are going to catch up. That's what happens. People are like, did you hear? You're like, oh, my God, that's so 5 years ago, you dumb fuck. Anyway, moving on, but that's just how it goes. Isn't that hilarious? Do you ever think about... Especially my unfunny friends that send me memes that are, like, not so funny.
Yeah, we look at their memes and scoff. You think this is a joke?
Like,
this is a fucking joke to you?
I'm a little spoiled. I get to be around very funny comedians constantly. So
Yeah, we make our own memes. So
it's
how about you
a
take
little
my
hard.
dick and suck it?
It's a little hard for me to
You
find
know
those.
me micking motherfuckers? Fuck you.
Yeah, get it on our Instagram for more
Get
memes.
on our level.
It's, some people get very upset.
That's
but
actually
it's
we
a
need
joke.
to we have to figure out a way.
Lose.
We need-
I don't know, one of your friends.
We need to figure out a
As
way
follower.
to make these memes more shareable. That's our real problem because we could be picking up a lot more followers over the memes alone.
I don't know what you mean more shareable, but
I don't know. Well, because you can't share with ease on Instagram. You have to have the
that's just
repost
Instagram.
app. I don't even fucking know how to use it.
We should create a Reddit for it. I was thinking.
I have a repost app.
Maybe
And then
a
we could
We-
also
a We
put
Three
even the more offensive.
Dude, let's have a
ones
We
could
Three
go up there.
Trolls Reddit,
but
and then we
it's
can
hard
put
to
all of
repost
them up
anything
there.
offensive that you post on there, so it's not going to happen. It's like
I don't know how do people get memes. I guess I get them off of Facebook a lot.
I
Just
know
saving
somebody
them.
who subscribes to like a meme thing that just
Meme
gets
maker?
them all the time. I don't know, but some meme. I don't know. Some meme.
I
group.
repost. I
In
use
space,
repost
no one
app,
can hear
but
you
some
meme.
things on repost app won't save. Like a lot of our own We Three Trolls, I can't repost it. Some things I can, some things I can't, which is very strange.
Oh.
How about this? Twitter doesn't work on my phone. It hasn't worked on my phone for years. How's that for a conspiracy theory? And I've switched out the phone multiple times.
I definitely
just to
believe
see
that's not a conspiracy at all.
that they don't want me to tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe that might be real. Yeah,
There-
that might be real.
Censorship definitely happens. Like, I mean, there's so many things. Like, I follow that Dream Rare guy. I can't ever repost his stuff. Like, who else? I tried to repost Dan Bongino thing one time too. I couldn't repost his thing. I think I sent you guys a couple videos. I could put it on my story. I could share it to my friends,
Yeah.
but I cannot repost it. It's like, well, what the fuck is the point of the repost app? Just for your dumb shit that you approve of? I'm like,
Yeah.
it's on Instagram, so why can't I repost it? It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Yeah, it sucks.
Some shit is definitely being censored.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
trying to make us jump through more hoops so we'll get frustrated and quit.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think more technology is probably just going to get created and people will lose power
Well,
slowly
did you guys
because
see
other.
DuckDuckGo?
Yeah, I use that. That's
I
what I
use
use.
that one too. That's more of a private. I don't know. How
Well, they just
private
don't
it is.
sell your information
They don't
like
sell your
Google
information
does,
like
but they
Is it a
definitely.
messaging app or is it a?
It's
what
like
is it?
a search engine. Yeah, it's like Google basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called DuckDuckGo. I've been using that lately.
I like it
just
though
I keep
because
hearing
you
it.
get different responses from that than you get from Google because they don't fuck with the search results.
Yeah.
They go through Google actually to do it. They
Parler's
just don't
getting
hide
big,
stuff.
too.
I wanted to say this, by the way. Google the name Joseph P. Larkin. I'm nowhere near the first page. You think there are other Joseph P. Larkins out there? There's not. It'll be like Joseph B. Larkin and then Joseph J. Larkin and Arizona. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Who are these people?
I wish my name was like that. I feel like the first one that pops up for me is like a porn. Don't look my name up. I'm just kidding. I know. I think that's.
Yeah. Did you want to pimp your OnlyFans account while we're here?
Yeah, dude.
I've already talked about this. I've already talked about this on the
OnlyFans.
podcast, but I want to say it again, just to put this point out there. They in the comedy community, they have these like people make lists, and they'll be like, "This is a list of racist comedians, and this is a list of people you should never book." I want to make a list of bitches that have OnlyFans accounts. Because I just want to look at them. That's it. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to pay you money to look at you. I don't want to fuck you. But I am curious, like, how much money are you making off of this? Who's actually like following
Guys will pay
you?
for some fucking weird shit.
It is weird, dude.
Yeah. Especially in Japan.
And like socks, like use socks.
Especially in Japan.
You like the smell of sweaty feet? Get the fuck out of here.
Dominatrix just talking shit to somebody, like being really mean.
Yeah, we
I'm
were
like,
talking about that yesterday.
I could be good at
that
that.
makes a lot more sense to me,
I could
though.
be good
That
at
makes
that,
a
yeah.
lot more sense because it's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you're fucking a girl and she's like, "Call me bitch" or something like that. I get it. It's like
you don't have to fuck them.
degrade
you just have
me.
to be mean to them.
Yeah,
Degrade somebody.
degrade
Like,
me. I get that. That makes sense to me. I know. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Just kick some guy in the balls really hard over and over
Well,
again.
that's how I know you're a girl or not, dude. Because no dude would ever do that to any other guy under any circumstance. I don't care if you have a knife on me. I'm like, you know what I mean, dude? You
I'm
still
like,
do
sure,
that.
I'll wear my pointed toe stilettos and kick you right in the fucking nuts.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Not. You
gotta go jack off real quick?
Finish.
Why don't you go to the bathroom, you bitch? You faggot! Go to the bathroom, bitch! All right, well, I guess let's just wrap it up. We don't need to talk anymore.
Controller.
Goodbye, guys. See you next week.
Thanks, everybody.
See you eventually.
We should have